gonna get it.
Find a seat over there. Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome everybody this afternoon to the Eagle Scout Court of Honor to honor Carter Way. My name's Dick Hewitt. I'm an Eagle Scout and a longtime family friend of the Way family. It's my pleasure this afternoon to serve as the Master of Ceremonies for this Court of Honor. Today's color guard is from Scout Troop 265 right here in Galesburg. Our opening ceremony will be led by Senior Patrol Leader, Life Scout Carson Linder. Carson?
Could everybody please rise for the presentation of our colors? Color guard, attention. Color guard, present the colors. Color guard, post the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please remove all non-scouting hats and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Scouts face the flag. Scouts salute. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Scouts, please join me in Scout oath and love. Scouts face the Scout flag. Scout sign. On my honor,
I will do my best to do my duty to guide my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent.
2. Thank you. Color guard dismissed. Troop at ease. You may be seated.
Sorry.
Our invocation this afternoon will be presented by Star Troop Committee member Bill Walker. Okay, would you all rise again, please? Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time we can gather here for Carter and honor him and his account. Pray to bless the time that we have together as parents, relatives, friends, and scouts. Thank you. In his name, amen. Thank you, Bill. Once again, I'd like to express our thanks for everybody joining us here today. We'll take one quick minute for a housekeeping chore. Let's all honor the moment by making sure that we're either on vibrate or, better yet, turn these little things off so we won't have any interruptions during the ceremony. An Eagle Scout Court of Honor is an occasion for pride and celebration, but it's also a time for contemplation and reflection. The Eagle rank is the highest recognition that Scouting offers. Recognized around the world, the Eagle rank is attained by completing Scouting's advancement program, and only a small percentage of boys beginning Scouting ever earn this honor. The wearer of the Eagle Award is the product of Scouting's best efforts and beliefs. This afternoon, we have the pleasure of seeing Carter reach the pinnacle of Scouting as he joins the company of Eagle Scouts. Joining us in celebration this afternoon are a few special guests that I'd like to take a moment to recognize. Along with Carter's immediate family, and numerous aunts, uncles, cousins, and other extended family, too numerous to mention all, but a wonderful crowd to gather and support. We are also honored this afternoon to have the 63rd State Representative for our state, Dave Maturin, and Dave is here to join us. Thank you, Dave. We also have the District Director of the Southern Shores Field Services Council, Nate Acola. Thank you, Nate. Just on a side note, one of my own Eagle Scouts when I was a Scoutmaster. So you can see they go on to greatness. Not that we expect you to go into professional scouting, but it's always an opportunity. By the authority vested in me as a representative of the Southern Shores Field Service Council, of the Michigan Crossroads Council, of the National Council of Boy Scouts of America, I declare this Court of Honor to be duly convened for the sole purpose of presenting the Eagle Award to Carter Way. I would like to introduce Star Scout Alan Weeks to explain the significance of the Eagle Scout badge. Alan?
Hello, everyone. The presentation of an Eagle Scout Award is an important and serious matter. For the Eagle candidate before us tonight, this is the climax of his scouting efforts for many years. Let me point out that the attainment of this award is made possible through the assistance of those who came with the candidate today. His Scoutmasters, troop leaders, fellow scouts, parents, family, friends, friends and members of the community. This is an occasion for pride and joy, as well as a time for serious reflection. The Eagle Scout rank is the highest rank that Scouting offers. Candidate Carter Way has distinguished himself through continued active service in Scouting. He is trained and practiced in his leadership abilities and is marked by the character gained through an understanding of his citizenship and religious beliefs. It is important that each of us understand the meaning of the Eagle Scout Award. The appeal of the majestic eagle has been felt by every great person from prehistoric times to present day. To the Egyptians, the eagle was a messenger of the gods and the sun, a symbol of eternal life. To the Romans, it was a carrier of Jupiter's thunderbolts and a sign of power. To the American Indians, he stood as an incentive to the valor and pledge of victory. For us today, the eagle is a living symbol of courageous and freedom for the aspiring Americans. When the badge of rank for Eagle Scout was initially designed in 1912, a small silver eagle was suspended from a tricolor ribbon of red, white, and blue. So it has remained. Not me. The appeal of Carter, we charge you to live with honor. To an Eagle Scout, honor is the foundation of all character. He knows that Eagle Scout is trustworthy, and this is the very first point of the Scout Law, for good reason. An Eagle Scout lives honorably not only because of infinite importance of doing so to himself, but because of the vital significance of the example he sets. For other Scouts, living honorably reflects credit on his home, his church, his troop, and his community. May the light of the Eagle badge remind you always live with honor. We charge you to live with loyalty. A Scout is true to his family, leaders, friends, school, and nation. His loyalty to his troop and brother Scouts make him pitch in and carry his share of the load. All of these help to build loyalty, which means devotion to his community, to his country, and to his own ideals, and to his God. Let the blue of the Eagle badge always inspire your loyalty. We charge you to be courteous. Courage has always been a quality by men measure themselves and others. To a Scout, bravery means not only the courage to face physical danger, but the determination to stand up for what is right. Trusting in God with faith in his fellow man, he looks forward to each day, seeking his share of the world to do his work. Let the red of the Eagle badge remind you always to have and carry courage. We charge you to be cheerful, to remind the Eagle Scout to always wear a smile. The red, white, and blue ribbon is attached to a scroll of the second-class Scout Award, which means ends turn up into a smile. He will always be prepared to put forth his best. We charge you to give service. The Eagle Scout extends a helping hand to those who still toil up Scouting's trail. Just as others helped him in his climb to Eagle, the performance on the daily good turn. Taking on new meaning when he enters the adult life of continuing service to others, the Eagle stands as a protector of the weak and the helpless. He aids and comforts the unfortunate and oppressed. He upholds the rights of others in defending his own. Carter, you deserve much credit for having achieved the highest Scouting rank, and wear it with humility, ever mindful that the Eagle Scout is looked up to as an example. May the Scout Oath and Scout Law be your guide for tomorrow and onward.
Thank you, Alan. We're here to honor Carter as he becomes an Eagle, and as we do, it's important to reflect on what it means to be an Eagle Scout. The 1938 Handbook for Scoutmasters stated it as follows. The badges which accompany his advancement and which the Scout wears on his uniform are not to show that he has passed certain tests. There should be no past tense. Implied on the contrary, each badge cries out, I can, right now, right here. So to tell us more about what it means to be an Eagle Scout, I'd like to call upon Eagle Scout Chaz Sugars. Chaz?
Thank you, Mr. Hewitt. We're here today to mark the end of a long journey, our journey up to the Trail of Eagle. Carter joined the Troop 265 in 2009 after achieving the Arrow of Light, the highest award in the Cub Scout program. Carter has been in Scouting since he joined the program in first grade as a Tiger Cub. The Eagle rank represents proficiency in all Scouting skills and is attained by only about 4% of all young men in Scouting. It represents a great deal of teamwork as a member and leader of a troop. You demonstrated, by living the Scout Oath and Law, an effort to perpetuate the Scouting spirit. It also represents years of hard work, strength of character, persistence, and more importantly, it's indicative of what lies in the future as a Scout grows into manhood. The Eagle rank testifies that a Scout has an understanding of his community and his nation, and a willingness to become involved. It is also fitting that at this time to explain not only does the badge signify his hard work, it also signifies certain obligations on his part. The Eagle also indicates that you are now an elite member of an esteemed group of world citizens. With this honor comes the knowledge that any discredit which falls upon you also befalls your brother Eagle Scouts. Remember your obligations of honor, loyalty, courage, responsibility, and service. My sincere hope is that you may always wear your Eagle badge with dignity and pride. Congratulations, friend.
Thank you, Chaz. Now we come to the highlight of the program, the presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. I'd like to call upon Eagle Scout Elliot Close to come forward and present the Eagle Oath. Carter, will you also please come forward at this time?
Congratulations, Carter, you've made it. Becoming an Eagle Scout is a great accomplishment. Being an Eagle Scout is a great responsibility. As an Eagle, the Scout Oath and Law should take on a new meaning, and the motto and slogan take on a new urgency. During your time in Scouting, you have learned to live the Tiger Cub motto, the Cub Scout promise, the Law of the Pack, the Cub Scout motto, and of course, the Scout Oath, Law, motto, and slogan. Each time you were presented with a new code of conduct. The words were unfamiliar as you struggled to memorize them. Later, of course, you could recite them as easily as you could repeat your own name. They and the lessons they taught you became a part of you. And they taught you. Tonight, for the first time, you will repeat the Eagle Scout promise. Again, some of the words will be unfamiliar, but as you live out the life of an Eagle, they too will become part of you. Making that new promise does not mean you should forget all the other promises. Instead, I challenge you to always remember to live by all the promises you've made as a Scout, all the codes you've read about. By doing that, you will prove yourself worthy of the Eagle badge you receive tonight. Eagle candidate Carter Way, I charge you to enter the Eagle Scout Brotherhood without reservation and ever holding before you the ideals of honor and service. When you began the program today, you joined your fellow scouts in repeating the Scout Oath. In a moment, you will repeat a new oath, the Eagle Scout Promise. Although the words you say are similar to those of the Scout Oath that you said so many times before, this evening they will mean more to you than they ever have. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you will be sealing your oath with the words of the Declaration of Independence. Will all Eagle Scouts here today please stand and renew your Eagle Scout promise as Carter joins our brotherhood? Scout time. Repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example
to make my training an example,
and my status and my influence count strongly for better scouting.
and my status and my influence count better
And for better citizenship in my troop,
and for better citizenship in my troop,
in my community,
in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
Two.
You can sit down now.
At this time, it's my true pleasure to introduce the Scoutmaster of Troop 265, Ralph Guitar, for the actual presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. Scoutmaster Guitar.
Good afternoon, everyone. Come on, we can do better than that. Good afternoon, everyone.
Mr. Scoutmaster Guitar.
Carter, come on up. So, stand behind me for just a few minutes. So, I'm gonna change the order just a little bit. The very last question that I always ask our Eagle Scouts. Carter's was right back there by the fire extinguisher, right before the court of honor. I asked him a very specific question, and I've asked it of every one of the Eagles that we've had before you tonight, that are in the troop. And Carter, what was that question?
You hand out your pen.
After that.
Are you ready?
No.
It's forever to go.
Should I embarrass you, or should I be nice?
Go ahead.
What was your response?
Do whatever you want.
See, no, you already got embarrassed. So that part is over. So a long time ago, in a troop far, far away, Carter was about this tall. And there's a couple of pictures over there where, when I look at him, I go, I don't think that's the same kid. But it is. The Carter's come a long way. So what I want you to tell everybody, first of all, is what's the thing you remember most about your Eagle trip?
Seriously, put me on the spot?
Yep.
All right.
Can you do it?
Sort of.
Then don't do it.
All right.
I'll tell you some things I remember. I remember some specific heights. I remember that you forgot your coat when we went to Isle Royal. I remember how cold you were. I remember one winter camp out where you had a fantastic time and enjoyed yourself. I remember one summer camp and a doll.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure what the doll was for, but I remember it. We'll stay out of that political fight. One of the cool things about my position where I'm at today, not to embarrass them anymore, is I get to relive all this stuff in my head and try to pick what I want to share with you guys. Some scouts are kind of introverted. They don't really get into everything, but they pass the requirements. Other scouts are super extroverted and do everything possible, and they pass requirements. Carter's right down the middle of the road. Right, so sometimes he was super fired up and doing everything possible, and at other times he was set back and watched the troop work around him. But the nice thing is, he accomplished all of his goals. And he's a drummer. He's gonna be a drummer at where? Western, and then hopefully make money at it, right?
It's the hard part.
That's the hard part. National Honor Society, okay, graduating this year, right? So I'd say he's a pretty good young man. So before we do the Eagle Award, I want you to give him a big round of applause. So, at this point in time, I'm going to, before we actually do the awards, I'm going to give mention a few pieces of paraphernalia that he's gotten in the mail. So, I will read a couple, but not all. Thank you, sir. First, we'll do Mr. Robert Gates. Some of you might know Robert Gates from working in the government. At this point, he's the president of the Boy Scouts of America. So it says, Dear Carter, congratulations, you are an Eagle Scout. With the completion of the requirements, you have mastered many skills and made the Scout Oath and Law part of your life. Eagle Scouts exemplify hard work and strong character. You now join the elite group in their proud tradition and heritage. The Eagle rank is the beginning, not the end of your journey. As an Eagle Scout, much is expected of you in your community, in your religious faith, in your family, and in scouting. Life is filled with expectations, and with each new recognition, you are obligated to seek broader horizons of service. Scouting guides your life today. Because it does, you are better prepared to guide the future. So our prayers are with you and your future success, yours in scouting, Mr. Robert Gates. Okay, now, you guys want me to read every single one?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go. I'm going to abbreviate this one. This says Mr. James, or Carter James Way. By the way, I didn't know his middle name was James until tonight, so he hid that from me. It says, Dear Carter, congratulations on achieving scouting's highest rank, that of an Eagle Scout. You've worked hard and your standards have been high. Your leaders, family, and others have helped you. We're very proud of you. The Scout Oath and Law are principles that you've chosen to live by. I know that no matter where you go or what you do, these precepts will help you make the right decisions. Never before have Eagle Scouts had greater opportunities than those who challenge young men today. I trust you will carry on in the true spirit of scouting. This particular letter is signed by Melissa Strickers, who is the new Scout Executive and CEO of Southern Shores Field Service Council. So that's very cool. This one is on letterhead from the Congress of the United States House of Representatives dated April 1, 2016. Mr. Carter, I'm so pleased to extend the best wishes to you and for earning the rank of Eagle Scout. Scouting is such a high rewarding activity. By reaching these important milestones, you have earned a reputation of good character and strong leadership. These important qualities will remain with you throughout your life. I'm sure that you have a long list of accomplishments that you are proud of. The leadership training that you've received from your role in the troop will follow you throughout your life. I encourage you to continue your fine work with dedication and enthusiasm. I lend my voice to others and wish you great success and luck in the future. Yours truly, Mr. Fred Upton, Congressman. Another nice one. And along with that comes a beautiful placard that you can put in a frame, hang on the wall in your office. Nice. I've got 3 left. We'll go quick through these. I won't read them completely. It says, Dear Eagle Scout Way, it's a great pleasure to join with family and friends in extending hearty congratulations as you attain the rank of Eagle Scout. With Troop 265, you've taken full advantage of the rich opportunities for personal growth that have made the Boy Scouts of America one of the nation's premier youth organizations. You've exhibited the leadership that we love to see in our young people. And that is from our Governor, Rick Schneider. There you go. Next one down the list. This is from an ex-Boy Scout executive named Chris Buckley, who's now with the Portage Community Center. It says, Dear Carter, congratulations on achieving Scout's highest rank, Eagle Scout. I know you've worked very hard for this. You've been a shining example for your fellow Scouts on what they can be achieved with hard work and dedication. Being an Eagle Scout myself, I'm fully aware of all the problems and difficulties that you've encountered along your trail to Eagle. You have done well overcoming these obstacles and achieving your goal. You are now in the company of great men who also share your achievement. In completing your trail to Eagle, you've extended your family's legacy of Eagle Scouts. For this, you should be most proud. Again, that's by Chris Buckley. And we've got a certificate of appreciation from the Charleston Township by Fran Bell, which was also plaque suitable. So that's kind of cool. That's the first one we've ever gotten from Fran. Finally, but not last, congratulations on becoming an Eagle Scout, the highest achievement rank in Boy Scouts of America. There's a certain theme going on here. As a fellow Eagle Scout, I appreciate your commitment to skill development and personal growth that have helped you attain this great honor. Your family and indeed the leadership and members of Galesburg Troop 265 must be very proud as well. I commend you on your public service, leadership, and hope you continue to be dedicated to civic duty. This is Gary C. Peters, United States Senator. Pretty cool. There you go. All right, now we'll get to the serious part. As you can see, the tone and note from the letters of appreciation and recognition from all over the United States. Leadership, community service, dedication are all significant tenets to being Eagle Scout. And as you've heard from several speakers today, it's a fairly important thing. So it's now time to recognize Carter's accomplishment. So the very first thing I'm going to have you do, Carter, is I want you to take your name plaque. It's the least fun thing to do today. Take it and put it under your Eagle Scout, because that's going to be your new rank. This is our little board of advancement that we use in the troop to let all the scouts know where they stand and who's ahead of them, what their goals should be. And as Carter put his name under the giant board of question marks, that question is, who is next? And I direct that to my scouts over here. Who will be next? Okay. If I could have Mike and Tracy come up, the parents of Mr. Way. On over here, Carter. Okay, so in recognition of the completion of your Eagle Scout ranks, I hereby certify that I've checked them all, actually passed. You passed your Eagle Board of Review, and you have become an Eagle Scout. So it's time for the presentation of those. So let me see if I can get the box. First of all, Mom, you get to put Carter's Eagle pin on. I'll help you out because you might be nervous. So we want 2 blood spots on the shirt. Ow. Reminds me of a scene from Animal House. Pledge pin. No, I'm just kidding. Awesome. Tracy, Mr. Way, official neckerchief. I've gone to the trouble by having it already rolled because they're hard to do. All right, Carter, you are now officially Eagle Scout. We're going to give him a big round of applause. So, also, Carter gets to present some things. Mr. Way. So, in recognition of the hard work and dedication that the parents have to go through, which I think there's a number of us out here that know, Carter has some little pins that he gets to recognize his parents with. They're called a mom and dad pin. So, Carter, do your dad first, please.
All right. Getting excited.
Yeah.
Did you get it? Maybe. Okay. as all the scouts in this room can attest to, mothers play a very significant role in the lives of us scouts. So what I'd like to do now is introduce Arlene Von Hout. There's been a special poem written about the Eagle Scout mom, and she's going to be kind enough to read it for us. So this is where Tracy cries if you did it right.
Don't do that, or I'll do that, okay? All right, here we go. Boy Scout's mother asks is the name of this poem. Where has my little baby gone? The Cub Scout's mother asked. He went by here a while ago, did you not see him pass? He'd gone to be a tiger cub, and then a wolf was he. He learned to carve the pine wood car and sing the songs with glee. And after that he was a bear and then a Weebo Scout. He learned the Boy Scout oath and law and fun in full amount. Crossed over to be a Boy Scout and shown what kindness meant. His best is what he'd have to be, everywhere he went. Where has my baby boy gone, the Boy Scout's mother asked. He went by here a while ago, did you not see him pass? To hike the trails and pitch a tent, to swim the lakes and streams, to kindle a fire under the stars. These were his everyday dreams. Down the long trail to Eagle, he smiling went his way. The many adventures that he had shaped the man we see today. Learned to be a citizen, a helping hand to lend. He learned what cheerful service means and how to be a friend. Where has my baby boy gone, the Boy Scout's mother asked. He went to be a Boy Scout, and he grew to be a man. And now, Carter, he's been picking on you, and we're going to get him back now. Because you see, now I'm supposed to say, Carter, please present your parents with the Mother's and Father's Day pins. But someone got that out of order. So, okay.
Second to last for me is there is, in every Eagle Scout, there's the award kit. There's a little pin called the mentor pin. And Carter gets to give that to the person he considers to be his mentor. So Carter, who would that be?
Hey, Dad, you want this?
It's always him. Good. Yes. Nice job. All right, you guys can listen now. All right, Carter. There are just one last thing, and then we'll get this thing moving along. Part of the award program is that he gets a sew-on badge, which will replace his life badge there. So I wanted to show everybody that I actually have it. And then as he turns 18, he can no longer wear the sewn-on badge. He must wear the knot, which signifies Eagle Scout with the red three colors. And this is the official part. Boy Scouts of America is proud to award the rank of Eagle Scout to Carter James Way, 265 Galesburg, in recognition of successful completion of all the requirements for the Eagle's highest rank. And this, of course, is dated at your Court of Honor, or your Board of Review, I'm sorry, at March 2nd, 2016. Okay, Richard, I believe we're back to you. Mr. Hewitt, sorry.
This time I'd like to call forward State Representative of 63rd District, Dave Maturin, and Dave's got a presentation for you, Carter.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm David Maturin. I represent the 63rd District. For those of you who don't quite know where that is, it's the east half of Kalamazoo County and the south central 2/3 of Calhoun County. Represent about 90,000 people. I was involved in Boy Scouts as a youth, both as a scout and an explorer scout in a troop that was sponsored by my church, Essex Baptist Community Church, back in the town of Essexville, Bay City. Remember with fond memories going to the 1964 Boy Scout Jamboree at Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. Remember tens and tens of thousands of scouts. We got addressed by Lyndon Johnson back then. It was quite a neat thing. Also remember going to Philmont Scout Ranch. What a great opportunity that was. And hiking up Mount Baldy and having my shorts on that day in the middle of a hailstorm. So my knees were kind of wrecked by the time I got back down. But you know, one of the things I really remember though, and it's an admonition, and it probably happens today, but our scoutmaster always used to tell us, he said, when we went to a campground, he said, take a look at this campsite. He said, I want you to leave it in better shape when you leave than when you found it. And I've always tried to remember that admonition in my public service as a Grady Township trustee, Kalamazoo County Commissioner, and now in the State House. So I think there's some really, really good things that I remember from the scouting experience that I do with me every day. We have a presentation here, and I was going to skip part of it, but most of it I haven't heard yet today, so if you've got another couple of minutes, you want to bear with me. Starts off special tribute, Carter Way, the three great principles which scouting encourages: self-discipline, teamwork, and moral and patriotic values are the building blocks of character. And that's a quote from Gerald R. Ford, President. Let it be known that with deep appreciation for his hard work, strong values, and commitment to community service, that along with the Scouts, leaders, and members of Boy Scout Troop 265, we congratulate Carter Way for achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. For over 100 years, the Boy Scouts of America has focused on the development of character, citizenship, and fitness among its members. Carter's worked for 10 years to achieve this goal. Under the guidance of Scoutmaster Ralph Guitar, Carter is an active and valuable member of Troop 265. He's taken full advantage of the opportunities for personal growth that have made Boy